how's it going? I had no idea what I wanted to do today. I was constantly flip-flopping between, like, actually doing, like, playing something, like, doing some game, or just working on game dev stuff, because I would do that anyway. And I couldn't really decide on what to do, so I guess I'm just doing game dev. The thing is really just, I know my exams come up soon, which means I'm going to take a break, obviously. So I can focus on that, but it also means I don't have the time to start anything new without, you know, just taking a massive break in between. By the way, am I audible? Just making sure. Fair. That's... I'm a bit split on that. I want to work on it, but it's also going to be a pain because I need to learn how I do state machines, so that was kind of my issue as well. So hey, how's it going? But yeah, so that was part of my issue why I'm streaming so late. I really wanted to start sooner, but I just didn't know what to do. And the second thing is OBS was absolutely not cooperating today. Something broke. And I don't know what, but it seems to be fine right now. But I have an issue where a lot of my modules, like my docs, don't load. So I couldn't update the stream information for a while without going into Twitch, which would have been a process. Which I would have done if I had to, but you know. I would have liked to avoid it if possible. Yeah, it might be. Either way, let's get started, shall we? A sprite? A sprite? There we go. One thing is I would like to do a jump animation, but I don't know if I'm going to start with that. Because it's not that important right now. I would like to focus on getting the character actually... Oh no. My mouse needs to charge. Great. Everything is working just as I wanted to. Not. At all. Oh dear. Today is the day. Oh, thank you. Let me just plug in my mouse so I can at least charge it while we are here. That should hopefully help. The thing is, my mouse becomes really unresponsive when it needs to charge, even before turning itself off. So, yeah. Godot. Godot? Okay. Last time we made this absolutely disgusting code that nobody should ever replicate. Ever. So I'm probably going to remove that code and start from scratch. For which I would like to have a guide for how to make a state machine in Godot. State machine Godot 4. Is that a finite state machine? It's a finite state machine, right? Yeah. Guide. Yikes, this page looks disgusting. Let me just capture that real quick so you can all see how disgusting it looks. That's a very odd shade of purple you decided to use there. But yeah, how a state machine works is pretty simple. Basically, you have states, and between those states you can only transition to one state or another if you are in a certain state. Like, for example, in this example, you can only go from state 1 to state 2, and only if a key is pressed. And similarly, if a key is pressed in state 2, you can go to state 4, or if the time expires, you go to state 3. In state 4 then waits for the animation to finish and also goes to state 3. And state 3 then goes back to state 1. So yeah, what it basically means is that we can control under which circumstances you can go from one state to another. For example, you could only jump if you're in a ground state, or something like that. Basically makes it so you have prerequisites for your states. Which we should probably think about what states we actually want before we do anything more complicated. But first let's read through the guide a bit. So yeah, basically what I explained. The game objects might be in a certain state, and we need one, like some event to switch from one state to another. And we might want to start with a diagram. Need to check something really quick. Do I still have... Is there some state diagram tool? I remember we used some sort of tool for making diagrams in... Yeah, they are useful, but they're also a bit work to think about. We had like a page that we used for university stuff to design such a state machine. Or not necessarily such a... I can't talk today. Such a state machine, but a diagram. I don't remember what kind of diagram it was, and I don't think that's a relevant part here. Okay. Let me check. Device. One sec, I'll show in a sec. Let me move that to the window. The website in question is diagrams.net. I don't know if that's actually open source or anything. I assume so, but I'm sure it's fine. Is there a state? Let's start with a simple. Because that's basically the important part here to think about. What states do we need? Okay. It's fine either way. I'll read it into the code stuff later. We should first think about which states do we want. Which is our base state? Idle. Idle. I should probably add to that that's the base state. So we start in idle. From idle, we can get to walk. Via can I add a description to that arrow? Oh, I need a specific type of arrow in that case. The label in question, I would like to edit it. Walk direction. So if we press a walk direction, obviously we walk. The second state in question is jump. It's a basic. And there's an interesting question we could ask here, considering this is based on Metroid. Do we want a spin jump? And more importantly, does it matter if you stand or not? Like, is there a normal jump and a spin jump? Just a spin jump, or... I completely forgot what a pain this was to edit in. I just want to... thank you. Jump first. Now, if we want to have a spin jump, we should probably make that spin jump based on moving, like in Metroid. Like, if you move in a direction, you spin jump. If you just stand still, you jump normally. After jumping, you fall once your speed becomes positive. Fall. But you also start falling once you Selig looks at me kinda pained. I don't know if that's just me making an absolute mess here, or if he's just tired. Both very fair. Can I please just edit the text? No. Fine. Velocity dot y is bigger than 0, because obviously down is positive y, because again your screen starts up there. I think I say that every stream I do game dev in, but it's true. The same obviously also if you walk and suddenly your velocity comes to y, but more importantly if there's not collision below you. I just want to edit the text. I'm already regretting starting this way. So now the question is, how do we handle that? Do we just not allow the velocity to go below 0 if above 0 if there's nothing if there's floor below you? Either way, this just leads back to idle, if you land. Yeah. Do I spell collision correctly? Yeah, that's collision. So that's a basic idle, like that's a basic state machine for jumping and falling. Assuming you cannot jump while walking, which is the interesting question. Can you jump while walking, or do you spin jump? I could also make it that you only spin jump if you run, which running is the next point. Which also, I think, this is not quite accurate. When velocity x, and I'm just going to say the total? No, absolute value of velocity x is bigger than 0. And I mean, that's basically it, if you're not grounded. Yeah. Which is basically guaranteed by the start state, but, you know. Also, not grounded, just grounded. Which basically this condition already implies, because you jumped. But so that's a basic state machine, right? We go from one state to another until we get back. Except that this is obviously not as simple as the character is. We can also, for example, jump when we walk. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to just jump and walk, but like from walk, but let's just add it really quick for... Also, I'm going to probably just rename that to input jump. Now, there's also running. Since we have a run mechanic, we should probably plan about how we run. Well, it's just probably going to work something like... walk... timer... again free or something. I don't know how long we are going to require the player to walk for them to run. Which naturally the same requirements still apply to the player when they're running to fall. Just because they are running now doesn't mean they can't fall. They just probably fall with a different speed or something. And when they run, they probably also spin jump. Because I feel like I don't want to just copy the Metroid concept of when you jump, like when you hold a direction you spin jump, but rather only if you go at the speed, which actually is more like Mario, like how Mario 3 does it. Because in Mario 3 you start spinning if you run at a certain speed, or rather if you have to start and run at a certain speed. Or just if you have to start, I don't know. It might be completely wrong, but you get the concept. So yeah. And when you spin jump, you don't fall the same way, I would say. You keep spinning, unless you press something to stop spinning. I might need to rearrange this just a tiny bit so I can actually reach the idle state from there. Oh no, that should be fine. Okay, maybe not quite as fine. Let me just rearrange that really quick. Yeah, that's more like it. And then I can move that one to be over there. And we still have absolute chaos here, but... maybe this was a mistake. Diagrams were a mistake. Lessons learned. I can never be allowed to ever touch a diagram ever again. Anyways, now that we have this wonderfully organized state machine. I can see that, yeah. So yeah, let's scratch it. Yo, Reftaply, how's it going? In percent, 0.01. Okay, 0.1 is probably more accurate, but not far. I started it like 2 days ago. So it looks rather horrible, if I may say so myself. But yeah, yeah, I'm kinda in a planning phase. I have the basic idea down, I'm just trying to get the basic character concept down, like what movement I want. But yeah, currently I'm learning how to do a state machine, because I don't actually know how to do a state machine, I'm not a programmer. Yum. So let's read through this part of the guide. Jumo. Current state. Delay might make it difficult to... might make it a bit difficult to aim. You need to plan a bit with the delay in mind. But yeah. First we should start with making node for the state machine, which... don't mind any of this. Yeah, kinda. It's like... I have the basic concept down. I have the idea of what I want to do in the game. Even though I would say it's less planned out than my usual game projects. It's actually pretty free-flowing in terms of what I'm doing. It's kinda just whatever I want with the character. It's very gameplay focused on like speed, movement, and stuff. Clearly. Only the best optional cosmetics in the our game industry that fill you with a sense of accomplishment. No, Sega, I haven't forgotten yet. Add a child node. It's going to be a wonderful node. Not node 2D, not node 3D even, it's just a node. State machine. I attach a script to that. How do I capitalize that again? Ah, it doesn't matter. So I can cry about it later. Checking balance, currency. What, I only have 20 gold? These are... This is my channel. Why? Well, fine then. Apparently I'm just the poorest person on the stream. Okay. Jokes aside. I'm just going to copy the code in real quick and then go through what it's actually doing. Because I know roughly what it should do. True, that was a thing. That was a thing. I'm pretty sure you can afford most of the things Yeah, Sil can definitely afford most of the things that are now in the... It's true. I mean, I haven't created stream avatars. I just made the avatars in question. Stream avatars is really cool, by the way. Okay, the state machine saves the current state, obviously, because we need to know in which state we are to be able to decide what we change to. In ready, we set state for initial... Have you used that guide too, by the way? Select? Or did you just... Amogus. Oh, but this seems to be similar to what you had. I remember you made the state machine for the plants. And it was somewhat similar? Which, I mean, makes sense. That's how... Turns out how a state machine works is how a state machine works. But yeah, it has a list of children, like in states has a list of... no, not states has a list of children. This has a list of children that are the children, like the children are basically the states. They are handled as children of the state machine. So we basically add each state we want to have as a child of the state machine. Which makes sense. It's an easy way to have nodes that just handle the code by having a separate child node that has the code for the state. Well, we just won't break the state machine. Right? Right? Wink, wink. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, what could possibly go wrong? What could Okay, fair enough. What is .fsm? I mean, let me just find out. I don't know. Do tell me. I also feel like this. Oh. Well, that's good, just great, because I am a lazy people. God damn it. Okay, that one's actually kind of good. I approve. Meme approved. I need to find that Knuckles meme. There you go. Your meme has approved. Your meme has been approved. I don't know. Tell me. Yeah, you have to. I feel like they should have started with the states before doing the state machine. That would probably answer a few of those questions. Cynic is losing it over the code from the guide, so I'm probably going to keep it because it's funny. I don't know. Probably not socks. Unless you are wearing very weird socks. I have seen that joke earlier. I'm pretty sure I saw that joke like yesterday. Why did I forget already? Why did he get me with this? Congratulations, your meme has been approved. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense if we don't have the states yet. Then we have a state with the state from the states, we check for a state with the name of. No, I am very confused what is trying to achieve. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, Silic, why is it adding states? Why is it adding state.name? Like, why is that the position in the... Oh, wait, no, never mind. This is a dictionary, not a array. It's a map, yeah. Never mind. I take it back. If current state, remove child state. Otherwise, current state equals state. Current state dot enter. Which, again, we don't know what that enter does yet, because this tutorial started from the wrong direction. This is a bad tutorial. No, I didn't want to add... I know just enough about code that this is a bad tutorial. The problem is, you should start code bottom up. You should write it bottom up. So from the smallest to the largest. So... Or at least it makes more sense explaining it that way. Oh dear. But yeah, this tutorial is kinda bad. Now that I read through it. Because it starts explaining all of these things, but it doesn't really explain anything. Like, this is an explanation of, hey, this is how classes work. Like, it says what the functions do, but it doesn't explain why they do the things they do. Which is a bad guide. And I'm sure this sigh is giving you life. I'm convinced of it. So... Anyways, I'm considering if I should just get rid of this code, because the code clearly... Again, the guide is kinda bad, so I don't want to rely on it, if you get what I mean. I kinda sorta get what it's trying to do, but I don't like that I don't quite understand it either. Ooh, interesting. What did break it? That is weird. I don't understand, for example, what that is supposed to do. I get that this is just adding the states to the list and adding the state machine to the state. That I can understand. Because this basically just sets the state machine for the state to this state machine. Which make... Did you just say child? feel like doing it locally might be better. It's how I do it, and it works for me, but... I just pick a folder. Like, I just put it in some folder, and... I guess. I can see that. It's an odd choice, but I can see that. So, you think I should just remove the code? I'll comment it out, so it's still there, if I need to get it back, but... and I don't know what current state that... I mean, I have a feeling I know what... Good question. Probably the path to the folder? Huh. I wonder why. But yeah, I, for example, just have one folder for all my stream stuff. So just put all the stuff you want into a folder for your stream. And that's what I reference. But I also haven't really worked with border image sources yet, so I don't know how they work. But yeah, current state.enter probably just makes it so we, well, enter the current state. History.append. That makes relatively much, like, that just makes sense. We add to the history so we can later follow which path we went. And can go back if we need to as well. That's basically also how... the history thing is basically also how your PC works with Control-Z, Control-V. It saves a history, a stack. And that's basically what we're doing here too. So we can go back if we do an oopsie. And also probably for other reasons, but I don't think that's relevant right now. And set stage is, well, it removes the child of the... where? Pardon? Odd choice. I'll remove it too. Now, next thing. Back to the guide. Where's the window capture there? Let's see. After having the state machine done, state handler code. That's relatively simple. When we enter we do all the stuff we need to do to enter this, like what happens when you enter the state, obviously. Like, for example, if we enter the walk state, we want to walk, so have the walk animation play. And exit, similarly, makes changes needed to be done in case we exit. I don't quite see where we set the exit criteria, but I guess we can do that in an unhandled key input event, but... I feel like these examples are pretty bad, because they all just do the same. Because they always just exit here. Like in the enter function, which is dumb. I mean, you can do it if you just want to wait for something, but... I feel like instead of changing showing different ways to exit the state, they should show an example of different places where you exit. Because I feel like the exiting part is pretty straightforward. Oh, you can provide feedback. Well, oof. They probably require some sort of account to give feedback. I might do it later, if I feel like it. But that's not why we're here. I should probably make a base class for states that I can extend. Or base script. I don't know how I can do that, but... but it probably wouldn't be too difficult. What you mean? Yeah, this guide is horrible. Never follow a random guide you just found on the internet. Unless you do, like me. But to be fair, I also have, you know, someone actually helping me pass that guide. Who knows how state machines are supposed to work, so... You know. Where was I? Except ranting at the... ads are running in... are they already running, or are they only running in... Well, in that case, let me finish this real quick. I would like to make an example script, like class script that I can just extend or something, but I don't know how to do, like how I should do that. So if you could give me some advice, I would appreciate it. Probably... state. Godot. Anything else I need to change here? Oh. Right. New windows don't capture. I should really just make this a display capture, but you know. And then I just call it a class, right? Fascinating. Nah. Fine. If it makes you happy. Fine, fine. Okay, we have the state machine, we have the state, with very inconsistent capitalization. You can kill me later for it. Where's that saved? I would probably move it into entities, but that's a later problem. For now I'm going to take a quick break and then we are going to rip this code apart. I'll be right back. Well then, let's keep going. No. No. Just no. Anyways. Kilometer per hour or something. That's a joke. I guess exit I can leave the way it is, because if I need to exit in a different way... Actually, I can just add both exit variants of exit. And... Fine. Fine. I don't need... I mean, I get why you wouldn't want to overload, but also... for context, overloading basically means having two different versions of the same method. Right? Right. Right. Yeah, basically. Anything I need to change otherwise? I don't think I need any of this. For the base class, anyway. Pass. Fair enough. Fair enough. That was weird, but okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So that's just my base state class. Not particularly deep or anything, but also not particularly... It doesn't need to be. So now we start with an idle state. Because obviously we need an idle state. So I extend the script it currently has for idle. In idle, not much happens, to be honest. When we enter, we play... how do I get the enemy player? This feels inefficient. Yeah, probably to the state machine. Simply because it's easier to have that accessible from the state machine. Because all of the states anyway have access to the state machine, so they don't really need to worry about. Export. Why export? I mean, I guess. Also, it should probably be at export, right? Yeah. Variable, anim player. Which is an animation player. That's it. And then I can add this anim player to it. That's interesting. It's not a thing I would have expected to just work that way, but... okay. I take it. Oh, that would explain why I didn't know about it. Because that's a new thing. But yeah, then in idle, when we enter fsm.animplayer.play idle. That's it. That's all there is to an idle, like to idle so far. I can also remove those comments because we don't have process or ready. Next, our exit state depends a lot on what we are doing, but if I should add the key inputs really quick. 1 second. Add new action. Left. Which gets as inputs. For now I'm just going to focus on keyboard keys and... So, A... And you can't see it, I'm sorry. Again, it's a different window, so I can't quite show it to you. Left. Then we add a new action called right, which you'll never guess what right does. Up. Again, sorry that you can see this, I just need to do this real quick so we... I don't know if we're going to need up and down, but I might as well add it. And down. I should get used to adding input maps before starting stream, but you know, I didn't expect to stream this today, I didn't know what I was going to stream at all. So, again, apologies. S and down. Yeah, that should do it for now. So, in idle, we have an unhandled key input event. Unlike the one in the if event is pressed. Where do I put this actually? Where do I put unhandled key input event? Because we need to check for a certain unhandled key input, I just don't know where. Probably in process actually. No. Unhandled key input. In this case, but I need to check for a specific event, not what I do when I receive such an event. Oh, I think I know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Virtual functions are always running during the process, right? Yeah, yes, I take a yesn't. If event pressed, I forgot to add jump. Any left-handed people in chat that can tell me what you use instead of WASD? I mean, obviously the arrow keys, but... Oh, absolutely fair. Oh. Oof. Big oof. Oof. I might have to see what you're doing later, or rather Silic has probably... I don't know how OBS works. I don't. Oh. Well, that's kind of boring. I mean, I still hope that... I just clicked the funny button that makes the stream start. And then panic for 6 minutes if I made a mistake. I mean, what? I forgot to add a jump key. Let me just add jump key real quick. Let me Google something real quick. The thing is, despite being a left-handed person, I actually rarely play games left-handed, if you get what I mean. Like, actually left-handed. I just use WASD, even though I really shouldn't. Which is also why I don't use, play games as much, that use keyboard and mouse. But, again, different discussion. What do left-handed people use for jump in video games? Uh-huh. Keyboard and mouse, you... No. Nobody has seen it, but I just shoved... or pretended to shove my mouse up my mouth. You can live with that mental image now. You're welcome. And I haven't found an answer to this, so I'll just stick with space for now and worry about it later. How do I check for an event again? If event.pressed... Huh. Weird. Do I just put the name there, or... Can I check for a specific event? Wait, I can just check what event is. Event... Input event... is pressed... is match... Is action... Is action pressed. Or is action, or... I think it's action pressed. Yeah, that seems to work. Okay, let's start with jump. Exit. Jump. How do I spell the state? Do I spell it jump? Jump? Let me read the code again. What does state machine change to want? State name, okay, then in that case it's a string. Add a new child node. Create. No, not as child of... Jump. Where does it set the name? Actually. Except it doesn't. Or does it? Oh, it does. It does. It does, because name is an inherent property of nodes. Every node has a name, obviously. It's over there. right there. But yeah, in that case, dot state dot name dot to lower. I did that too. Lower. Okay. So now. No. Not in set state. But then... I know why, but I know why you're insisting on it, because it makes it error-proof, but you are still annoying, you know that? Okay. You and your smug face. Actually, that's smug face. Okay, now that we have exit to jump, if dot is action pressed, left. Yeah, that would help. Yeah, that would in fact. I don't think if has a function called is action pressed. I don't think so. Unless... I don't think if has any functions. It's a keyword after all, not... Yeah, I can see that. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I mean, this is not wrong, mind you. This is completely correct. It just... I don't know if I... right. Fine. What's... Whatever. So... I guess that's correct? What? Pardon me? What? Excuse? How's the game even called? One step at... I didn't even know about this. Hang on. The controller does actually look kinda cool. I mean, also completely odd, but... So what is this game? Like... How did this game happen? Wait, hang on. No, no. This is getting even more... It's on Steam as well. Let me look at the Steam page real quick. If Steam ever loads. Link, my boy. That is cool. That is cool, but also what? And all these people have still not learned how to respect your personal space with their characters. It is interesting. I'll say that much. And let's say it this way, it was probably pretty easy to make something that's legally distinct from the Zelda series, considering how half the CDI characters just look completely out of place. So honestly, I think it's pretty cool that they made something out of that. Like, that they decided, you know what, let's hacking do something funny with this. Like, this looks like a game that is going to be either completely chaotic or... Right? Where was I? Of adding more states. What behavior should I add to, Should I move the movement code to the walk state? I mean, I assume I should, but... one thing at a time. Add a walk state. We can probably rework a lot of this code as well. So, yeah. Let's add a script to the walk. State. The inherit state. Walk. I don't know if we're going to need... yeah. I'm wondering if the state needs to know which direction you were facing at the beginning of, like when you enter the state, but I think the state can just find out. Like, I can just tell the state, check which direction you are, like which direction is currently being held. Yeah. That's not my point really, though. My point is, obviously I don't want to keep walking the same speed if, not just walking the same speed, but also walking, it's important because we need to know in which direction we are walking, because by walking in the same direction you charge your speed booster. Which obviously if you don't have access to, like, if we don't keep running it, like if we don't know how, in which direction we were walking at the time of entering the walk state, we could theoretically change I think you get what I mean. I'm not good at formulating this thought, but I think you get what I mean. Walk. Obviously we play the walk animation. Next. Where do we handle the walk code? Like, the actual code of moving. Because I don't know if I should move it out of the player, but also I probably shouldn't not. Like, that's why we have a state machine, so we can control how the player moves. So... yeah. Let's start with process. So, what we are currently doing in the player script during process. Shouldn't it be physics process? Does it matter? Is there a difference? I mean, there is a difference, obviously, but does the difference matter to us, I guess, is the question I want to ask. Because physics process obviously is relevant, the difference. I can actually... can I... because physics process is called during the physics processing step, which the frame rate is synced to physics, so delta should be consistent, which is important for us. While process isn't as consistent. Yeah, exactly. So we should probably use physics process. And in physics process, we start by stealing a bunch of code from here. We steal... we steal... wrong. Now we need to change dot player. Not dot player, player dot. But we don't know what player is. Player is fsm dot parent. Dot get parent. Dot dot. Does that work? I think it does. Should I move speed to the walk state? There are two advantages of that. First of all, we only needed it mostly in walk state. But more importantly, we can set a separate speed for boosting. But on the other hand, having it on the player makes it easier to make large-scale adjustments to the player movement. Which is also valuable because basically if we do it by putting it into walk, we need to have it ready for all. Plus, direction has another... Direction might also be something we want to rather have in player. Because it allows us to flip the player based on the direction. Like the player sprite. Yeah, that makes sense. So in that case, I should probably save fsm.parent as player. And I should probably just save it in the state machine. Or as entity, rather. Equals self.get parent? Can I not do it this way? Does it need to be on ready? Oh, I can. That's convenient. So fsm.entity. Speed is still not declared. I am going to change the capitalization of this right now. I mean, it could, but also it might be useful, for example, if you want to adjust your position during jumping. Which you couldn't do in Metroid, but I don't think there's a reason for us to have that limitation. Because we are not aiming while because we don't have aim in that sense. I don't even know if we have a fire weapon yet. I just know if we are going to have a fire weapon, I want to make a joke on the Wii fucking gun. Which is an oddly specific thing to be sure about, but I am very sure about that. Yeah. That's basically the movement already, which means we can remove that code from here. Yeet. Do I keep movement slide here? I feel like since the player is always going to move, it's irrelevant if I have it here or... and we can get rid of all of this code. Now that we have the state machine. True. True. So I guess I should have it per state, but oh, I have some feedback that the state machine is done, but I feel like that's even less reliable. To be fair, gravity I would handle outside of the falling state, because gravity is a constant. Like, gravity is just a thing that exists. Yeah. I think that's it in terms of walk state. I guess I need to change this. If at the end of all of this, if velocity, my bad, if fsm.entity.velocity.x, get used to that, equals hang on one sec. Just so I can remove the fsm.entity. If that velocity is exactly 0, then exit idle. So this is the easy part. We have no idle, like we return to idle if our velocity is exactly x. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is getting worse by the second. I love it. Oh dear. Where was I? I need to finish jump. Touch script, which extends state. Jump. Way too far, and I'm all here for it. Oh, we don't have a fall state yet. Oh, I'm falling. I don't have a falling animation yet, but... you might need to send me a picture of that later. I might have to see it with my own eyes. to regret it immensely, but I can remove that. Thank you. I can remove that, since that's redundant. When we enter... Jump. If we enter jump, nothing of value happens. I actually should add that to the template as well. Having physics process in the template is probably useful. Because, you know. It's going to be something we're going to use a lot. Okay, in physics process of jump. In the physics process, we basically just do what the player here already does. Handle the jump input. Actually, we don't do that in physics process. We handle that in enter. In enter, we set the velocity to like entity dot velocity to entity dot jump velocity, and I can remove all of that. NETT. I can spell, I swear. Not often, but I can. I can remove the FSM dot on here as well. Listen. Oh my. And I guess in physics process, I do actually need physics process, but not for what I thought I would need it. If entity, I need to spell entity correctly. I can't keep misspelling it. Velocity dot y equal actually, if that's bigger than 0, exit ball. I need to maybe I didn't need to read this. I mean, she's not wrong. Anything else I need to add here? I don't think so, unless we add a double jump, but then that's another issue entirely. If I had a nickel for every time I knew you had a spit take, I'd have 2 nickels. One time it was even my fault. Oh dear. So... falling. I don't think much happens while you're falling, until you land. Because as you know, it's not the fall that kills you. How do I check if I landed? Probably I just check if I'm on the ground. It's a sudden stop at the end. Yeah, that was also what I was thinking. I do need to enter function. Why are you up there? Heck off. Yeah. And if I add a double jump or even space jump, we can talk about it again, but for now, that's not going to happen. Because honestly, I don't think the space jump is actually the most interesting part of Metroid. Like, I don't get me wrong, I like the space jump, obviously, it's a good tool, but it's like... it's not necessary in the same way, especially in Dread, where it was... I think you can actually skip the space jump in Dread. Where the movement without it already feels good enough. Exactly, it's like a nice thing to have, but not what I need for this gameplay. Like, it's not what I'm making this for. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break in just a minute. So nobody misses anything. Not that you're missing anything too interesting here anyway, I'm just desperately struggling to understand code. Which, I mean, we're almost done already, which I didn't expect it would go this fast, to be fair. I did not expect I would do this well at this. If you're on the floor, I mean, we don't have a landing animation right now, but I might do a landing state if... yeah. For now, I'm just going back to idle. If... exit... idle. If entity dot yeah, I'll be right back. I think the basic state machine is done now. I'm going to test it once the ads are over. So I'll be back. Well then, let's see if this works. Shall we? The answer to that question would be no. I'm calling entity on null, which means the entity isn't set yet. Can I just do that on ready? And then, does that work? No. I guess I can make it part of... Yeah... I guess... I can do that. I don't know if I would make it an export variable, but also... I mean, I guess it works, it's going to make setting up the... character... Oh, that's good at least. It is certainly going places. We have figured, since the entity isn't loaded yet when we want to set it for the state, we should probably set it before the state machine is even... like, before the state machine sets the state. Basically, it needs to be on ready or an export. Fine! You will find out soon enough. Okay, this should work now. Let's see. In theory... nothing changed. Let me just hide the debug window real quick. Yeah, it's one of those things you need to remember when stuff is loaded. Why are you not loaded? Why is that for some null? I guess it both needs to be on ready then. Fine. Oh, oh, yeah. Okay. In that case, in state machine, state dot entity equals entity, and that should work now. It better do, because otherwise I'm going to be mildly upset. Let me just So we're making progress. It's still complaining. Non-existent function in non-existing function enter in current state. In base nil, because we don't have a current state. Because we never set the current state. We should probably make a start state. Yeah, probably a good idea. Making that an export variable as well. So, current state, if state dot name dot to lower. Hey, wait, I don't need dot to lower. Not in this case. Equals start state dot name. Equals state. I could also just make current state start state. Fine. Also, I should probably set that at the end of this, not in the for loop. Okay. Let's try this one more time, shall we? Oh, they announced apparently that Jim Carrey is going to be Eggman again for the third. I'll answer that later. Let's do that. Yeah, let's retry this. Non-existent function enter in base. No. Oh, I didn't set. This time it was just me being a moron. Oops. I didn't set the start state yet. That's just on me. That's the wrong scene. But it didn't crash, so, or do anything weird, so... Hey! Hey? Let me just add something really quick. Where are text labels? Walk setting? Oh, well. Yeah, it should be. Unless I named the animation differently. No. Let me add a label for now. Stay label. State label. With that, I can probably add. With that, I can just add which state I'm currently in. Entity.state. I shouldn't do that normally because, you know, not every entity is going to have a state label. But for this test, it's fine. Dot text equals state. And I'm actually going to move that to set stable. Set state. In theory, this should work. Where's the text level actually? It's fine. I'm going to remove it later anyway. We are in idle. And we are still in idle. And we're in idle. 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 But we cannot move without the walk state anymore. So... Yeah... Oh. Oh. Oh, I think I get what you mean. So... Let me look that up in the guide. How do they do that? They do it this way. By adding this code. Which, first of all, means we need to set current state before we do the for loop, which is fine. Probably anyway information that's better. But instead of removing child, we set state dot I mean, it's possible. I can name my function whatever I want. Set physics process. True. I should just pay attention to what I'm doing. No! Don't kill the younglings. Set physics pros prices. Set physics prices. False, and then the same but true afterwards. I need to disable the notifications out for the group. At some point. Also, yeah, to answer your question, French, in the group, I might be a bit busy though. I got some stuff I want to finish today, ideally. Like setting up my page for my portfolio and stuff, so I don't know how much time I have. And I don't want to, you know, voice chat too much while it's late, which is another thing. Not while other people are here. I think that works now. Let me try. Oh, it does work. I'm a genius. I want to point out here that I'm not pressing any button after jumping. Probably. No, I'm setting it correctly in set state. I think the issue is just that I don't reset the speed to 0. Nice. Yeah, I wonder... Do I just set the speed to 0 when I'm idling? I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Yeah, I think that's how I do that. So... entity.velocity equals 0. That doesn't need an... So... that should work now? It means we have some momentum, but I don't think that's bad. I'm not sure why that even works. Um... Well, how did I... How did I... How? How am I doing this? How am I doing any of this? But it shouldn't be able to walk while I'm jumping. And it doesn't, it just also doesn't move while I'm in the air, I guess. I guess that makes sense, I don't have any velocity while I'm jumping. Also, is there direction? I feel like I should make direction a thing in the main player instead of putting it into walk. So let me move that really quick. And direction should be a thing in the entire... Actually, it shouldn't be capitalized. It's not a constant. Direction. Bar direction equals 0. And if equal if direction bigger than I guess. Let me solve one issue at a time. I want to flip the sprite when... Actually, let's take care of the event thing, because you're probably right. So, how do I best handle that? Let me... I should probably close. Okay. Not here, not here. I did notice. Yeah, I can see that. Then true. And then I guess I call update, like fixed update of the state I'm currently in yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. State machine. So in physics process of the state machine. Do we have a physics process yet of the state machine? No. Physics. Bong. Physics. No, not entity. Physics process. Current state. State dot fixed update. And then I can get rid of all of that because I don't need physics process anymore. Pretty sure I already did. I did. Input event. And copy it again into, well, not here. In the state machine's unhandled input. I see. Should probably move that up. Func, unhandled input, current state dot, what's it called again? Input event. Event. Oh, and I should add delta to the fixed update. Okay, so far so good. Let's see how this works. And millions of other bugs this. Smooth like butter. I mean, I'm still walking while jumping, but that's fair. I don't have any animations that I play when I jump and or fall. I pressed on. I should. One sec. I apparently pressed my mouse button, which apparently Godot really didn't like that. Oh no, I didn't even press my mouse button. I just moved my mouse. Is action pressed? Yeah, okay, I see. I'm probably just going to remove the check out of the base input event. Because frankly, we don't need it. Okay. Let's try this again. This has the issue Metroid has, where you can't move once you start jumping. Which is not bad, but I don't want that, because we don't need it. Metroid has it because they want you to be able to jump and aim without moving. Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm going to edit that now. Walk. Yeah. I might have some things that you need to, like, you can fire, but I won't make them particularly aim focused. Like, if I add, for example, a grapple hook, like the grapple beam, I would probably just aim it diagonally up, so you just always know where it's going to hit. Which just makes it more predictable, right? We don't want what Dread does, which I like about Dread, because Dread is a different game. What Dread does is it allows you to stand still, focus, aim in pretty much any direction, which is good for a game like Dread, but it's not what we want here. We want predictable movement, quick movement, and all that. But yeah. Probably half the speed. So... actually... Actually, I think I'm just going to go with normal amount of speed. Why can you move during falling? As much. This is weird. This is a bit weird. I need to figure out how I best handle that. But that's probably just going to be tweaking the values. I also think this code might be a bit wrong. I might actually put that here. You kind of just hit a brick wall after, which makes sense from the code I copied. I just copied the part where you slow down, so let's copy... I'm currently adding a movement code. The thing is, you lose a lot of your momentum, which I don't like. This feels kind of weird. That's definitely something I'm going to have to tweak, and I might need Silic's help a bit with that, but we'll see. Because I don't quite understand what I'm doing with it. Yeah. But yeah. Definitely need some tweaking. But now to the next part. Which is probably the last thing I'm going to do today. The jump code is fine for now, I'm going to fix it more later. Oh, my mouse is charged. How convenient. I don't know why it's so difficult to plug out the charger once it's charged, but whatever. There's one more state we want for this. And we'll work more on what the rest of the state machine will look like later, but I want to implement this one state, because that's kind of what this whole thing is about, right? We want to go fast! So... attach script, which inherits from state. Run. The behavior of run is actually pretty simple. With one key difference. It is mostly just the code for I don't know. Why not? Michael Jackson's moonwalk is right there. I am joking. I am actually joking. There's one key difference here. You don't stop. There is no stopping. I started the wrong scene. Just for a second, I want to just replace walk with run here. Just to show it off real quick. What the little switch I did made for a difference. I should probably go into the right scene for that. We are not stopping. I'm pressing no button. We are not stopping. The only way to stop is by stopping to move. And that's why the spin jump is going to be only on the run, because then we can just have the stage go from jump, instead of jump going to spin jump, and then when the spin jump lands it immediately goes into run again. Nope, I'm not going to decay the speed, that's the point. But there are going to be some differences I want to do still. You can't change your direction yourself. We need to have a specific direction variable that... Yeah! the whole point is that you're going to keep running. So the only way to stop it is if you stop yourself. Maybe. First of all, let me reset this. First of all, let's work on getting into that state before we do that. If you walk, you get a new variable, which is speed timer, which we had last time already. And if we enter walking, speed timer is set to 0. It also starts at 0, but that doesn't really make a difference. And every update if entity equals direction, speed timer plus equals delta. Is plus equals a thing? Still not a thing, right? Plus wasn't right. Else speed timer equals 0. If speed timer equals 5, let's say 5 seconds. Exit, run. What's here? Oh. I can't code. That's what happened. Right. So now, in theory, after walking for 5 seconds, that worked splendidly. Am I sure this is working correctly? No. Something is wrong here. No. Maybe 5 seconds are just very long. Let's make it 2 seconds. Also, I should change the run animation, like the animation while. Yeah, makes sense. Well, it doesn't, but we can go fast now, and that's all that matters. And we're going so fast that we can't even see the floor anymore. It's funny. That's trippy to look at, actually. Now, does it work if I... No, because that inevitably goes to idle. Okay. Now, regarding run. I get what you mean. There are two things I want to implement for this, one of which I'm not going to implement today, at least not on stream, which is the stepping on the ledges, because that's going to be more complicated. I need to add a lot of stuff for that. Second, and probably more importantly, I need to make sure that if I press the opposite direction, I just stop. I might have a break animation later, but... I'll add a variable. No, not directional light. Dot direction. And... if entity dot direction... Actually no, if... If entity to directions, not negative direction. Else exit to idle. No, this is fine. This is fine. I just need to change entity.direction here to... I just let go of the direction, and since I'm not having a... since I don't have a direction to go set the speed is just 0. Because I wanted to make sure that even if I let go of the run button, I still run. But I stop immediately once I press in the other direction. I also should probably still have to check that if velocity is 0, I also go into idle. But that's easy enough to add. This is pretty good, actually. I like that. It's not complicated or anything, but... doesn't need to be. That doesn't stop me, though. It should stop me. Well, this shouldn't stop me because it's not a solid wall, but... you know. Yeah, I get that. I should probably check for velocity first and then set the speed. I should probably also do the same in walk, actually. Maybe I shouldn't do the same in walk. That's fine, actually, the way I handle this node. Yep, that's good. That's perfect. This is exactly what I want this to be. Now I add a second jump animation, which currently doesn't do anything different, but... well, it won't look different, but... the spin jump animation. Spin jump. Because it's basically going to be what I do instead of jumping when I jump while running. But it maintains my speed. And if I land with it, I get to run again. Spin jump. How does 2 lowercase handle this? If I have... I'm just not going to risk it and rename it to spin jump. Spin jump. Which mostly behaves the same as jump. With some key differences. You never fall. Well, you do fall, but not... you don't enter the fall state. I accidentally... I need to delete the script. Delete. I mean, I could also just make the edits needed for that, but I'm too lazy. Straight. And spin jump. Yeah, it's just overall better if I do it that way. The player never falls. They do, however, exit once they touch the ground. That's the same exit condition as falling. So we basically just skip the step of having a fall state, because we don't need the fall state here. And instead of idle, we just enter run again. And otherwise, literally the same restrictions apply as run. So your speed behaves pretty much the same. Yeah. We can worry about the consequences of that later. And now let's see how horribly this goes wrong. So if we start running and jump, we still don't have a spin jump because I didn't change the code for that. Let's try this again. So if we start running and jump, we keep running. Oh, that's perfect. Just look at this. Let me get some speed, some distance. And we keep on running. I'll take a quick break, because ads are starting now. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know how much it's actually left to do now, which I would like to do right now. There's a lot of stuff that I probably need to do off stream, like animating stuff. I guess I should stress test this system a little bit. So let me just paint a little bit more of the tile map. I actually want to test how that system works if I run face first into a wall. What could possibly go wrong, right? Also, the stage is giant, by the way. So now, if we get speed, okay, we're not running through the wall. Good first step. Run doesn't transition into walk. Neither run doesn't transition into falling, which I don't think is actually bad. Okay, that works. I wasn't quite sure because I don't actually cancel the spin jump if I hit a wall, and I think that's good. Because the spin jump still needs to land after all. But afterwards I stop running, so it's fine. Which is good. That's what we want. But yeah, this seems to work. And if you fall off a ledge, you just keep running, which is also really good. Next thing, and probably last thing, I want to change the direction of Booster when I switch direction. And I think the main thing is just I need to find out how I flip a sprite properly. Like, how would I do that? If direction. If direction is bigger than 0, then how do I do that? Sprite 2D. I guess just set flip H was... yeah, H. If it's bigger than 0, set... then sprite... How did I spell it? Dot flip H equals... true. No, false. False. L if direction L if direction is smaller than or less than 0, then sprite.flip. And if you press no button, he just stays the way he is. And this is going to have one big consequence, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it actually matters. In theory, it would mean you could switch the direction the player is facing while they're running. But since flipping the direction would also stop the player from running, that's fine. So in theory, this should work now. And it does. I might have to add a braking state to running in case you turn around, that you don't just abruptly stop. Because that feels kinda awkward. But I can work on that. Great. With that, I think everything is working so far. Oh dear, everything is working. I need to rework the jumps code a little bit, like the jump movement. But I don't think the jump movement matters in the grand scheme of things all that much, since I really can't talk today. What is it? It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, because ultimately you're, well, most of the time you're going to run, and you can't turn around or do much while spin jumping anyway. You just carry your momentum. So, yeah. So that's it? Question mark? Well, that's an anticlimactic end to this, but okay. I mean, we did a lot. We got a lot of stuff done. And I learned a lot during this, so it's definitely not bad. Don't you dare run off. But yeah, I definitely need a braking state for when you're running. Because if you're going that fast. I had a lot of coyote time there. And I think that makes sense, because I can walk without falling. Coyote jumps might actually be really cool with this though. I might actually add coyote jumps, because you know that's a thing in Dread as well. So I will probably add a timer before you start falling. I think that's also how Dread handles it. I might actually do that now. Real quick. Shouldn't take too long after all. So if you're not grounded, if is floor, how's it called? It's on floor? I should ask the entity that. The entity probably knows that. It's on floor. If not, entity is on floor. And coyote timer. I need to add a new timer. Coyote timer. 0.0. If entity is on var coyote timer 0.0. If not, it's on floor. Coyote timer plus equals delta. If coyote timer is bigger, then how much time should we give the player? Shouldn't be too much. 0. Let's try 0.2. Then exit fall. Else, coyote timer is reset to 0. That way we basically check if we are... like if we walked off and give the player time to figure out what that means. I need to add the variable as well to run. But that should work that way. If my brain is doing this brain thing correctly. So... yeah, something like that. Gives us a little bit of leeway to... I need to stretch that leeway a little bit more. It gives us a lot of leeway, actually. I might actually reduce the time to 0.1. I just want it to be enough that like a small step doesn't, you know, immediately kill your speed. So I need a little bit more time. That's fine. I can also give more time to run than. So if we try this... yeah. Now one step doesn't immediately kill your pace. And again, it's customizable, so we can make it per state. I also need to change an idle real quick, that if you are just holding left or right, that you also keep going. Which event is that? I still have input event open. If action... is that just this action? I think it's just this action. Huh. Which is... should I use them? Input class, so... So is... input... section pro. So the same class, just... oh, because it's an event, not an... ah, I gotcha, I gotcha. Now how do I do that? Without... I guess I can make a second function input. Or not. Alright. Then idle, I guess, instead of checking here, I moved that into fixed update. If event and just capital input. Yeah. So now if we oh. Well, that's... yeah, then if we walk off here, we can immediately get going again. Well, that's good. I think we made good progress here. With that, I think I'm going to call it for today. We made some good progress. I'll probably work on some animations off stream. Maybe implement some more stuff that I don't want to implement now because it's going to be too much time. But that's for fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Not much more to say, honestly. I didn't expect to enjoy this project as much as I did, but I am enjoying it and I'm making good progress and I'm learning a lot. Which, all good things. So, yeah. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? I am open for suggestions, but... Let's see. I don't know. Oh, Opta just went live. Well, that solves that problem. Let's try Opto. Optometron. He's currently doing Chemic still. As I said, he just got started, so yeah. Opto is a great streamer, great person. One of the most kind people I know. Genuinely, if you haven't watched him yet or given him a follow, really do so. He's part of the Leaf Gang, an amazing community of streamers. So, if any of that sounds interesting to you, Mario Maker, retro games, indie, roguelikes, you can't go wrong with honestly anyone in the Leaf Gang. So yeah. Thank you all for coming to stream. This has been fun. Rate message. Gotta go fast. Nothing else to add there. Add whatever rate emote you want. Oh yeah, of course. So yeah, bye. Take care. And I'll see you all next time.